Here's how I gained 10 kilograms of muscles without eating like a pig. You don't need to force feed yourself to actually gain muscles because I've gained 10 kilograms of lean muscles without ever bulking the wrong way and without even doing dirty bulking. And the fitness industry tells you that you have to eat big to actually get big, which is not true. You have seen so many influencers on the Instagram, YouTube, which actually tell you that you have to do dirty bulking and you have to be on a calorie surplus. You can eat pizza slice or something else. You can eat snacks and everything. You can do dirty bulking and you have to be on like 5,000, 6,000 calories in a day, which is not true. What you need is actually some few things, some few single ingredients where you can add surplus calories into it. And I remember when I started going to the gym, I was inconsistent in eating surplus calories and I was eating some junk food, some slice of pizza here and there, and some burgers, some sugar syrups, and everything else. I was eating some processed junk food, which is actually not good for my body. And I remember that I started eating more of the sugar syrups and started getting some fat, some started getting some belly fat, some weird belly fat. And after that I realized I don't have to actually listen to the advice of some brain dead losers who are not actually on a similar path as me and who are not actually wanted to build a lean, muscular, attractive aesthetic physique. And I started listening to those who have actually built an aesthetic body and lean, muscular, attractive physique. And guess what? I got aesthetic in just a few years because I've experimented the right things and I did some right things in my training and also in my diet. I ate some right foods which actually helped me to build an aesthetic body and gain some lean muscles without even eating some pizza slice or some processed food or some gallons of milk or something else. And if you're eating that, you might be getting fat right now. So listen to me and actually try the advice that I'm gonna give you. So first of all, who are you listening to right now? You are listening to those fat doctors who are like World Health Organization or something else, like health secretaries of some another countries who are actually fat, who have like high cholesterol levels and some, and who are actually telling you that you have to be on a low fat diet and you don't actually want to be on a high protein and you don't actually want to eat like protein or stuff which is not healthy for you, and they're actually fat and you don't even want to be anything like them. So why are you listening to them? You have to listen to those people who have built a physique which you wanted to achieve, and they're telling you to eat like so many carbohydrates and eat like big meal and which has a lot of carbohydrate and which has a lot of complex and sugar syrups and simple carbohydrates in it, and which is like a high in some wheat or some rice or something else like bread or some naan or something else. And I also have struggled with a lot of things because I'm Indian, and Indian diets is rich of carbohydrate and like 90% of the calories are coming from carbohydrate and there is no like barely any protein into it. And so I was also struggling with that, and that's why I was getting fat and I was not like building any muscle, and I was like bloated every time I eat some like rice or some wheat or anything like that. So that's why I started listening to those people and I studied a lot and researched about this a lot, that how to gain muscle and which protein sources and which foods that you have to rely on to actually build muscles, and which food has actually high protein and high fats in it and low carbohydrates in it. So then I discovered that there are some single ingredient foods which is natural actually, and which actually help you to build muscle and which is healthy for you human body as well. So what I mean by that is you actually have to rely on only single ingredient food has high protein and high fats, which is meat, eggs, and raw milk or something like dairy products like cottage cheese or something else. And you don't even have to rely on some processed food, packaged food. You actually wanted to like buy only some natural foods which are coming from farm or some dairy products, or from dairy or something else. And you can also add some complex carbohydrates. Like complex carbohydrates are not actually bad for you if they are coming from natural sources like vegetables, like green vegetables or some vegetables which are high in fiber and some like complex carbohydrate like thing. So I started doing that and I neglected all the junk food, and I like avoid all the junk food I was eating, and I started seeing some results. My results just got exploded because I was like building lean muscles at the first time for the first time in my life. Before that I was like bulking up and I was like gaining some muscle, but I was gaining a lot of fat as well. So that's why dirty bulking is not good for you. What you have to do is you have to follow some lean bulking diet which is actually good for you. You don't need to actually eat like a pig, like a dirty bulking. or something else. You actually need to be on a lean bulking, because we don't need to actually build muscle faster. We need slow and steady progress, because our goal is to not only have an attractive and muscular physique, but also have a healthy organs and healthy mind and everything. You don't want to feel bloated when you're going on a date with a girl, right? And you don't want to feel like lethargic or lazy or something else when you eat like a big meal of carbohydrates and you're going on a date with a girl and you can't even kiss that or like have like fun with her. So that's why we need some meals which are actually good for us and which actually help us to be productive in our work as well. And single ingredient food is best for that. And you have to be consistent in the meals that you're eating. Like neglect all the things and avoid all the junk food and everything, and start adding some single ingredient foods which is like meat or eggs or something else. And don't add some fancy like oregano or something else like salt, pepper or something like hundreds of like ingredients into it. Just add some few ingredients to actually cook it, like maybe in the butter or maybe coconut oils or something else, or maybe some pure Indian ghee or something. And when you do that and you become consistent in that, just don't change it for at least like 6 months or 1 year. When you change your diet, it is actually getting difficult for your body to actually adapt to some single fuel. Like think about a supercar or something else. When you fuel that car with a diesel or something and you start adding some petrol in it after like 2 weeks or 3 weeks, it will actually destroy and disrupt the functioning of the engine. So that's why we need to only focus on only one single fuel for our body as well, which is single ingredient food like meat or eggs or something else. And that's all. You just have to be consistent in only one thing and like adding some few ingredients into your diet, and you're gonna see results after just like few months, and you're gonna feel also better and productive into it. If you need more help in bulking and building an aesthetic body, inside of my course I have given out the exact steps and the diet plans that I've followed to pack on more muscle mass and build an aesthetic body, which is the first link in the description if you're interested in that. Goodbye.